What is up, guys? Welcome back. We are jumping into Wonderlands Redux update 1.02, and this is actually, if you look at the left corner here, it'll tell you what you're running on and what you should be running on. So if you're not up to date, check that, and that should tell you when there is a new update up on Nexus Mods, or I guess GitHub. I download on Nexus Mods. Now we're going to be loading into Necropolis first because they added 2 new bosses. As of yet, I know there's only 2. It seems like they like to add bosses in as secret bosses, because we did get the Vesper secret boss with the original release of Wonderlands Redux. That was actually uploaded on my channel as my last video, I think a few days ago, and I had a really good time just fighting against Vesper, because Vesper is one of my favorite characters in Wonderlands. I do want to say, though, with this new update for 1.0.2, we can now actually spawn in 3 of the new bosses in at a time instead of 1 per obelisk. So as you go around to each of the bosses and you're trying to farm your pearlescence, you are now able to spawn 3 at a time. So this should make your runs a tad bit easier. Of course, you are spending more souls in the process, but it's fine because you can always go back to the mirrors and farm more souls just to go back into the game and actually spawn those enemies in quicker. Of course, maybe, of course, they also updated the with the initial release of Redux, they updated your souls that you can hold at once. So that's also very good as well. So right here, you got to come down here, you got to take a left here, and there's one obelisk over there, and then there's the one that they created right here. And of course, you can hit this 3 times, and you can spawn in 3 of the new bosses. And of course, you can kill them. My game's heavily modded, so I can just one-shot everything. I just kind of just make these videos with my Steam Deck, so I'm trying to learn everything here. I'm using a bunch of different programs trying to get my recording right with the Steam Deck. So if things are a little bit off, that is the reason why. I'm getting used to recording and editing with my Steam Deck. It's not the same as just regular editing on my phone or my PlayStation 5. So just take that with a grain of salt. So right here, I killed 3 bosses. I'm looking at the different loot here and just checking and see if we dropped anything nice to pick up. I don't think I found anything specific, but yeah. So this is what you do. You can do your runs, spawn 3 at a time. I think I did the obelisk at the top as well, just for shits and giggles. I was like, you know what, I'm already here. Let me just hit this too to see what I get, because my first pearlescent in the Wonderlands Redux mod actually came from a rainbow skeleton as I was trying to farm the main bosses. I don't think that I actually got a pearlescent from any of these new bosses as of yet. I got one off of a skeleton while trying to farm for pearlescents, which was kind of funny. So we killed that monster as well, and then we go, okay. And I decided to switch maps. So the second boss is actually in the Sunfang Oasis. Now here I kind of wanted to just show, like, hey, we had these bosses. Of course, we had the boss down here, we had the boss over here, and up here in Tangle Drift. They were all initially in the game, of course, with the one at the very top there, which was Vesper, which was a secret boss. Sunfang Oasis now has a new boss as well, and this is where you spawn in, and I'll show you where to run in and get those kills. I swear this is like loading with a PS4. I don't know why. My PS5 loads really, really quick. I have a lot of stuff running on my Steam Deck though, so Alright, so you want to turn around here, you want to run and take a left, and the obelisk is literally right there. And right next to it is actually one of those totems where you can actually spawn in enemies up, like, I think it's like up to 5. So I like to spawn those in real quick, and then go over here, and then just spawn as many of these in as I can, which is 3. And then once everything spawns in, of course you can just go ham and just take everything out. And yeah, and then you can check your loot and see what you got. I'm gonna have a lot of fun just doing runs on these maps, and it's kind of made coming to something Oasis for me a lot better, because I honestly did not like this map. Out of all the other maps in the game, I was kind of iffy with something Oasis, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just the aesthetic of it. I also talked about that in my the Art of the Wonderlands book review video, how this map was kind of iffy with me. Like, I don't know, I just like the other looks to all the other maps, I guess. But this kind of gives me a reason to come back and forth here and try to, I guess, farm some equipment, try to get some pearlescents, because I think I only got 1 pearlescent in Wonderlands Redux. In Borderlands 3 Redux, I have a good amount of pearlescents now, but Wonderlands Redux, I only have 1, which is a pistol, which I do have equipped on my character at the moment. So, yeah, guys. Of course, they also updated, they had different skins for different guns. I don't know if I've already said this in this video or not, but I'm just going to say it again, if so. They updated a lot of guns to have different skins, which is really cool. I don't know if that is actually in the actual inventory or not. This was recorded before I did the audio, because I had to do that separately with the Steam Deck for some reason. Unless they update Decky Recorder to actually record audio as we play, that's what I'm using to record the gameplay on the Steam Deck. So, I'm gonna have to check with the, some more with the new update with Redux, because, I'm pretty sure that the skins are based on the different pickups that you have, so they're not all the same looking gun. So I have to check that out, and do some test runs and see what's out there. We're gonna head back to Brighthoof, because I do want to show you guys another thing that they updated into the game, which is actually in the Chaos Chamber. Basically, in the Chaos Chamber, they have like a dummy goblin in there, and he basically is there to... He's basically there for in between games where you can test your mods, not your mods, like test your guns and your equipment and stuff. So, I mean, that's really cool. That you can just shoot something while you're in there. I don't know. It's a little weird that they kind of added it, but it is kind of fun. It's like a fun little gimmick that I guess they just put in there. I want to run through a little bit of the things they wanted to talk about on their notes. So, they were really hoping to get this update out by the end of May, but they couldn't make any promises. The ongoing trend of announcing and then delaying is rather tiresome. So, they basically said what they could do, however, is prove to us that we weren't kidding, that they weren't kidding when we spoke about Redux growing and evolving throughout the year. And they said their journey began just 2 weeks ago, and so far has already brought over 15,000 people with it. And their biggest priority, aside from new features, though, is bug fixing. The main ones right now are the infamous Chaos bug, where Chaos health scaling does not get properly applied on level transition, and the gear deletion bug, where gear can be lost upon closing updating Redux. And I do know that they did the scaling, they did fix the scaling for the Chaos runs with this update, because I did read another patch note on that as well. For the gear deletion issue, though, they sadly need to patch this bug out, providing that they can fix it. So I haven't had really much of a bad deal with gear deletion, but I'm assuming that some people have had that, so hopefully they can fix that. But if not, then I guess I'll have to patch it out. But as always, thank you guys for checking this video. I just wanted to get a quick video out to you guys to show you some of the new stuff that was added with Wonderlands Redux 1.0.2. And of course, there's going to be more and more stuff to find. I'm sure that they have some hidden things in here that they didn't want to do. Of course, they fixed a lot of things. And I am very, very excited to see how they improve Wonderlands with the Redux mod and its updates. As always, thank you all for watching. Remember to leave this video a huge like. I should be having a video come out in the near future of me talking about some of the wants and needs that we should probably have for the Redux mod and see if they kind of get wind of it and change some stuff. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.